Jordan Smith Jr., five-star guard, has only taken one official visit. That's been to Duke. Louisville, Georgetown, and Syracuse have also hosted him on unofficial visits. But per Joe Tipton Edits, and an update that he provided, Jordan Smith Jr. is planning to set some additional official visits. If you're unfamiliar with Jordan Smith Jr.'s game, we'll brief you on it in just a moment. Go watch some highlights. This kid's a total stud, though. He's one of the best guards in the 2026 class. Three schools that he is likely to take official visits to are Arkansas, Kentucky, and Indiana. Apparently, Jordan Smith has gone on record and said that he may not make a decision until the spring. So this is not a sense of urgency recruitment. This is I'm going to take my time. I'm one of the best players in the class recruitment. But Kentucky, Arkansas, and Indiana making a move on Jordan Smith Jr., who once again, his only official visit to this point, quiet recruitment, has been to the Duke Blue Devils. Let's start broadly, Dion. I don't know if you and I have ever talked on Jordan Smith and his game in general. What do you like about Jordan Smith, the player?
Freak athlete. Like I think for his size, I mean, first off, 6'2", 200, like extremely like well built for his age. Like he's only going to continue to grow in that facet. Freak athlete, love his game. I think he gets in a stance on defense. He makes the right plays on offense, passing wise. But most importantly, if it's a fast break, it's ending in a dunk or a layup for him. Once he gets going downhill, there's no stand in front of him. The only thing you can do is foul. If I had one criticism of his game, a lot of legs in his jump shot. A lot of legs in his jump shot. And I think if you could force him, especially at the next levels, to take jumpers, it might tire him out over the course of a 40-minute game. Or I mean, he's an NBA dude, so like also a 48-minute game. And his jump shot doesn't look like it comes with the most natural ease, which I'm sure we'll get into where we think he should go. And there's a lot of player comparisons that have played for a certain coach that have a similar game to him and a similar flaw that I think would be just fine depending on where he goes. But he's a freak athlete, one of the biggest buckets in the class, in my opinion, a surefire NBA guy, and you can't guard him.
Yeah, he is right now per 24/7 the second best player in the 2026 class. 6'2", 200-pound combo guard. The only thing I get concerned on with him at all, which isn't gonna matter, or at least it isn't mattering right now, he's not a point guard, he's a combo guard. He's 6'2". You're not worried about his size because, as you mentioned, 200 pounds, he's a really strong kid, great athlete. But I don't know, like 6'2", is that a point guard in the NBA? Like, is he a 6'2" shooting guard in the NBA? I don't really know. He's a score first player. He's certainly not. He can do point guardy things, but he ain't a point guard at 6'2". He's a combo guard. That's why he's listed as one. Just an uber productive scorer, though. He plays with Team Takeover for EYBL. And in the opening of the session 3 back in May, he scored 82% from the field. While you watch the highlights, it's all like tough turnaround fadeaways. It wasn't like he was just getting to the rim and getting uncontested layups and dunks. This video is brought to you by NBA 2KLab.com. 2K Lab worked with us last summer as well. And they're one of our favorite entities in all of sports gaming. We want to show you their college basketball stadium locator challenge game. And I'm going to share a screen right now as we do this. South Carolina, bang. Oh,
Ooh,
okay, that's pretty good. Next, North Carolina. Why are we only getting the Carolinas?
Please
Bang.
lock in.
St. John's. That's New
New
York.
York.
Bang.
Where's New Jersey?
We're on fire. Colorado. I actually don't know what state Colorado is.
It's in Colorado. There's a state of
Is that
Colorado.
this one?
It's to the right of Phoenix.
Anyway, you get the picture. This game's really fun. They've got more games as well, like Guess the NBA Player, Mystery Fantasy Draft, and more. Stay tuned for all of the college football content and games that they'll be putting together to help you get the best experience out of college football 26. Back to the video. So this kid's like a sensational offensive player, freak athlete. Again, I love him. He plays with like a dog mentality. Duke had been the presumed leader in this recruitment. Kentucky's really prioritizing him. I know Mark Pope got an in-home visit, and obviously it looks like he's looking to set up a visit there. You mentioned Arkansas. John Calipari's had a bunch of great guards, and then Indiana trying to get involved as well. Who was the school you were alluding to that there's been other guards like him?
Arkansas. I think Calipari's had a ton of those like combo. You're kind of a point guard. You're kind of a shooting guard. Your jumper works, but it's not how you actually really want to score. You want to get to the basket. I mean, I know John Wall like was a phenomenal point guard in the NBA, but I think there's an element of John Wall to this kid's game. Um, and I think that's like probably the closest comparison of anybody that's played for the schools. Calipari gets the most out of guys that have subtle flaws, but extreme strengths wrapped around them to where you don't see what those flaws are necessarily.
Yeah, I think calling this kid a Cal guard feels right. Like if we are looking at the school starting to try and weasel their way into this recruitment, John Calipari would scare me here with what he could show film of with previous players he's worked with. Got to figure out what's going on with the Arkansas backcourt by the time Jordan Smith gets there. Because, like, is DJ Wagner a senior? If that was the case, I don't know that I'd sign up to play next to senior DJ Wagner for John Calipari if I'm Jordan Smith. But if we get that, I don't know, obstacle out of the way, then yeah, totally could see him thriving under John Calipari's tutelage. Uh, you know how some recruits just have a Kentucky or a Duke feel to them?
Mhm.
Like two very different types, sort of just, I don't know. I frame those different mentally for me right now. Does he feel more Duke or more Kentucky, ETU? Because I think those are the two leaders on paper in this recruitment.
Can I say neither? To be
Sure,
honest
if
with
you
you.
can, yeah.
Yeah, I think neither. I think Duke, the reason I say no to Duke is I think he will get overshadowed. I don't think he's as elite generational of a talent as Cooper Flag was to play around potentially two to three other top 10 picks and still like show out. You know what I mean? Like, I think he's an elite talent, but it takes a generational talent to do that. And I think if he goes to Duke, he might get overshadowed just a tad, which takes away from his draft stock, which I don't think he ultimately wants. I think that's his ultimate goal. And then Kentucky, he doesn't have that underdog, like kind of like no one believed in me mentality. Like I'm just gonna quiet. Like he feels we spoke about this in another short today. He feels Louisville to me. Like if I'm being honest, like if Pat Kelsey got involved in this recruitment, that would terrify me if I'm one of these teams.
Yeah, I guess I could see that. I think I would lean he's more Kentucky-y than more Dukey. I don't know why, but again, Duke's been the school out in front of this recruitment, so we shall see. Jordan Smith Jr. going to be a very hotly contested recruitment and one we may be waiting quite a while on a decision for. In the meantime, go watch some Jordan Smith highlights and enjoy yourself on this beautiful Friday.